Good morning, dear students.
Good morning, sir.
So we have completed the five chapters. So now we are going to into sixth chapter, wave shaping circuits. So there you have a different types of circuits are there: clippers, clampers, sweep circuits, voltage time based generators, current time based generators, bootstrap sweep circuit. Okay, Miller sweep circuit. Like this we have a different circuits. So what is the meaning of wave shaping circuits means you can easily shape the waveform, different waveforms. You can easily waveform, you can required way you can easily shaping the waveform. In the user want to shape in a particular manner, you can shape that waveform, output waveform in the required manner by using these circuits. So mainly these clippers and clampers, mainly they are used in the DC insertion purpose, so and the noise elimination purpose. So in order to eliminate the noise present in the waveform, that can be used by the clippers. So clippers are used for the purpose of the noise eliminations. Clampers are used for the insertion of DC voltages. So in order to insert some voltage, DC voltage into the waveform, that can be done by clampers. So the sweep generators are the particular waveform generators where they are generates as sweep waveforms or sawtooth waveforms. Sawtooth waveform means they have a it is look like a triangular waveforms. Okay, so we will see these type of all the wave shaping circuits in this chapter. So particularly, if you see now, so what are the clippers? What are the different types of clippers are present? So in the first one, we have a different types of clippers. So what are the clippers means? There are basically two types. Actually, there are three types. Actually, there are three types: unbiased, biased, as well as double-ended clippers or two-level clippers. There are the three types. You can broadly they will classify as three types. What are they? Unbiased clippers, biased clippers, and double-ended or two-level clippers. Okay, in the unbiased or biased clippers, again they will divide into two types: series clippers and shunt clippers. Series clippers are there two types: positive series clipper and negative series clippers. Okay. Next, we have a shunt clippers. It is also two types: positive clippers as well as negative clippers. Is it clear? So you can see here the different types of orientation of the diode. We have a series and shunt. Now, according to the bias, there are unbiased and biased. According to the device used, semiconductor clipper or transistor clipper. According to the clipping input cycle, a positive clipper, it may be a negative clipper. So it is a third case. According to device, we have a only diode clippers. Not we are not having any transistor clippers. Only we have a diode clippers here. So what are the first one? What are the different types of clippers? Means there are the three types of clippers. Broadly, they are classified into three types: unbiased, biased, and double-ended clipper are two-level clippers. So unbiased again two types: series and shunt. Biased also again two types: series and shunt. So series again classified into two types: positive clipper and negative clipper. And shunt also again it is divided into two types: positive clipper and a negative clipper. All of you maintain a running notes, and you have to draw the circuits here in this chapter very well. So you have to ready with the pen and paper, all of you. Okay. So whenever required the circuit diagram, you should draw the circuit and you have to analyze. Okay. So here you can remember this type of different types of clippers. They will ask in the 3 marks questions. So what are the different types of clippers? Or classify the different types of clippers. Okay. So they are broadly they are classified in three types: biased, unbiased, double-ended, or two-level clippers. Again, biased and unbiased are two types: series and shunt. Series and shunt are again two types: positive and negative clippers. Okay. So this is the types of clippers. So what is the clipper? It is a clipping of the waveform. Clipping means removing the some portion of the signal. So clippers means it is a circuit which is used to clip off or remove some portion of the output signal. Okay, the signal the circuit which is used to remove the some portion of the waveform, we can call it as a clipper circuit. Okay. So the clipper circuit can be different types, and you can see a different individually. You have to see the each and every clipper in this chapter. Okay. So first you have to we are going for a unbiased and biased clippers, and its waveforms, input waveform as well as output waveforms. So in that first one is unbiased series positive clipper, correct or not? So in the, for example, if you see an unbiased clippers, what are they? Series. So what is that unbiased series positive clipper? First one is, how many are there then? Unbiased and biased. This is two. This is two. Four. Again biased also. This is two. This is two. This is four. 8 plus 1, 9. So there are the total 9 clippers you have to learn in this chapter. Is it clear? Unbiased series positive clipper, one. Unbiased series negative clipper, second one. Biased series positive clipper. Biased series negative clipper. Again, unbiased shunt clipper, positive clipper. Unbiased shunt negative clipper. Biased shunt positive clipper, biased shunt negative clipper. So what is the meaning of unbiased? Means without any battery supply. So external, there is no external supply is there, then you can call as unbiased. There is no external voltage you are applying, DC voltage you are not applying, so that is called unbiased clippers. So biased clippers means you are applying any biasing. That means you have applying some external voltage or battery. You are applying some extra voltage or battery or DC voltage, then you can call it as a biased clippers. So first one you are seeing unbiased series positive clipper. So unbiased series positive clipper means if it clips off the positive portion of the output waveform. So whatever there you are applying input waveform, in that positive portion completely it is clipped off or remove off. You can call as a clipper. You can clipper is the circuit which will clips off or remove the portion of the some portion of the input signal or waveform. So here unbiased series positive clipper means you are applying without any biasing. That means you are not applying any external voltage, and you connect a diode in series, and it will clips off the output waveform in a positive direction, or positive off cycle it will clips off. It will be removes the positive portion of the input signal or input waveform. Okay, so that is the reason it is an unbiased series positive clipper. So if you see in this, you can observe this waveform. Okay, so for example, the input signal is like this. Okay, input is like this, output will be clips off completely. The portion of positive off cycle is clipped off, so only this portion is you are present. That means negative off cycle only you are present. Positive clipper means it will clips off the positive half cycle. Negative clipper means it will clips off the negative half cycle. Okay, is it clear? This is the unbiased clippers. So biased clippers means positive some portion. Positive clipper means unbiased positive clipper means the positive portion of the sum of the input waveform it is clipped off. Okay, so we will see in the later case. Okay, so now you will see the first case which is a unbiased series positive clipper. So it is unbiased series positive clipper is circuit diagram is like this. You have to note down your notes. Okay, so all of you note down this circuit and output waveform, input and output waveform also. Each and every circuit also very important here. You have to note down and analyze. I will say the cases, different cases, case 1, case 2, case 3 like this. So each and every case you have to remember and you have to draw the circuit and corresponding circuit also you have to draw. Okay. So this is very important because one should be understood the first operation of the this first case, then you can easily understood the each and every case. Okay, so here you can see the circuit diagram. The diode is placed in a series manner with the load, and output is taken at the RL, that is load, and input is applied here and output is taken at the load of the RL. Okay, so what is the you have to take? There is a two cases. Any each operation of any clipper circuit, you have to go for a cases. So there is a mostly there is a case one and case two, and some other portions, some case three also there. So most of the time there is a two cases: positive off cycle case and second one is a negative off cycle case. So first case one in the during negative positive half cycle of the input signal. Okay, so what is that? What is the meaning of positive half cycle of the input signal means? It is a this portion. So this is the portion of the input signal you are applying. Now you are considering this portion. So what is happening into the circuit? So what is happening means here positive half cycle means here this voltage is positive, here the voltage is negative. Correct or not? So this is positive, this is negative. So how the diode is connected now? Whether it is forward biased or reverse biased? Whether it is forward biased or reverse biased? This is
Reverse
positive,
bias.
this is negative. So this portion is positive, this portion is negative. Upper one is positive, lower one is negative. So what is the biasing condition of this diode? Capital D.
Yes.
Forward biased or reverse biased?
Forward, sir.
Forward bias, sir.
Forward biased,
Reverse bias, sir.
reverse biased or forward biased?
Reverse bias, sir.
Why it is reverse biased? Tell me. It is reverse bias because the positive cycle, positive input, positive supply, your plus is connected to the N region. Correct or not? This is P region, this is N region, PN junction diode. So this is N region, this is P region. So N region is connected to the positive of the cycle. So then what will happen? It is going into reverse bias. That is positive is given to the N region. N region means negative of the diode. So N is connected to the P positive. So it is reverse biased. So P is connected to P region. So plus is connected to the P region, then forward bias. Plus is connected to minus me here means it is a reverse bias. So in a reverse bias, how the diode will work? The diode will be short circuited or open circuited.
Open circuit, sir.
So in the reverse bias, the diode will act like a open circuit. So open circuit means it is open. So open means infinite resistance. That means it is open like this. So it is open. Open means what? So what is the current flowing in the circuit? What is the current flowing in the circuit then? What is the
No
current?
current.
It is open. The circuit is open. Then what will happen? What is the current? There is no current,
Sir, no
zero current, because
No
it
current.
is open. That means it is disconnected. The load is disconnected with the input cycle. So what is the current flowing in the load? RL, zero, because it is open. Correct or not? It is open circuit, and in order to flow the current to flow in any circuit, it should be closed form. but it is open. In the some portion is open means it is current is zero. So current is zero means voltage also zero because V naught equal to I naught into R I naught is zero. So V naught also zero. So for positive of cycle V naught is zero for V in is greater than zero. So that means you have the positive portion is completely zero. Correct or not? If you see in output waveform, this is a zero. Correct or not? Is it clear? The positive portion is completely clipped off. Here zero. So that means V naught is zero. Vn is positive going. V naught is Vi is positive going. Output is zero. Output is zero. So consider the negative off cycle. Negative during negative off cycle of the input signal, what will happen? So Vn is less than zero. Vn is less than zero means this is negative, this is positive. Correct or not? So this is negative, this is positive. So this is negative. The upper portion is negative. This is positive. So what will happen is the diode condition. What is the status of this diode now? Whether it is forward biased or reverse biased. Tell me, it is important. This is the case only you can learn. So whether it is forward or reverse, that is the only the reason here. Huh? That is the main important point here. If you learn about this, you can easily analyze. You can draw the waveforms, any type of waveform. Whether it is reverse biased or forward biased, because the Vn is negative first. Now it is Vn is less than zero, that means Vn is negative. This means here negative, this is positive. So negative is connected to the n region of the diode, so n is connected to negative. So negative means it is forward
Forward
bias.
bias.
So it is n is connected to n, p is connected to p, then you can call it as a forward bias. N is connected to p or p connected to the n, then you can call it as a reverse bias. Okay, so simply you can remember like that. Is it clear, all of you? So
Yes, sir.
this portion is now it is
Yes, sir.
forward bias. So forward bias, how the circuit will acts, the diode will acts like a open circuit or short circuit?
Short circuit.
Short circuit.
Short circuit,
So it will be acts like a short circuit. Short circuit means this portion. So see here this diagram. So this is first, it is short circuited. Short circuited means it is connected like a wire. Wire means what? It is the current will flow in this direction. So current will flow. So current will flow means what is that? So what is the output voltage? The output voltage equal to input voltage, because there is no element here, any voltage drop. There is no voltage drop here. So whatever the voltage is connected, parallelly connected to the input side. So input means parallel means the voltage will be same. In the series means current will be same. In the parallel means voltage will be same. So what is the output voltage? Is equivalent to the input voltage. So what is the input voltage? It is the negative half cycle. Correct or not? So negative half cycle means it output also you are getting a negative half cycle like this. So negative half cycle you are getting. So again for a positive half cycle, what will happen? Again for a positive half cycle, this cycle. So this is over. In this part, this part is over. Now it is start with this part. So this portion, what will happen again? Again, what is the output voltage for this positive half cycle? Output voltage. What is the output voltage? See here.
Zero, sir.
Zero. Very good. So for negative half cycle, what is the output voltage?
Green, sir.
V in, that means same thing. So whatever is going in this direction, same thing it is also going in this direction. So it is negative half cycle. That means you can see this output voltage waveform V naught. So how it will be looking like? How it will looking like? Is a completely post off cycles are removed off, clipped off. Into complete portion of off cycles are post off cycles are removed in this output voltage. That means it is like a clipper. And if you observe this is a also a off phase rectifier. Correct or not? It is also a off phase rectifier because you are removing some portion only with some DC voltage also added. So it is a, what is this? This signal is like a off phase rectifier. Correct or not? So this is the operation of unbalanced series positive feedback. Is it clear or not? All of you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Only status of the diode. This is the very important. Whether it is forward bias or reverse bias. So that is the only the reason you have to remember. Okay. So see in the next case. What is the unbiased series negative clipper? So what is the meaning of negative clipper? Tell me. So what is the meaning of this sentence? Unbiased series negative clipper.
Negative cycle is clipped off, sir.
Very good. The negative half cycle is clipped off. And what is the series? What is the meaning of series here? Series means the diode is connected in series with the load. Okay. So unbiased means what is the meaning of unbiased?
Without applying any external
DC
voltage, sir.
voltage. Okay, very good. There is no external DC voltage or battery. Okay, so this is the unbiased series negative clipper. So if you see the circuit diagram, this is the what is the difference means only diode direction is changed. Correct or not? In the first case we have a diode direction is like this. Here diode direction is like this. So if you change the diode direction, the clipper will change. So the type of the clipper will change. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram here. So if you see, you can easily analyze the circuit and you can also draw the waveforms. So tell me anyone, what is the positive of cycle? So during positive of cycle case 1, so what is the happening, the diode status? Tell me anyone.
The diode is in forward bias, sir. The
Very good.
circuit
So what is the happen? It is forward biased means diode will be open circuited or short circuited?
short circuited, sir.
Short circuited. Short circuited means what is the output voltage then?
V in, sir.
Very good. V naught equal to V in. So V naught is equal to V in, output voltage equal to input voltage. So this is C. C you can see in this waveform also input and output waveforms. Input is equal to output. Correct or not? And the negative of cycle during negative of cycle, then that means this is the portion. So this portion, what will happen into the this diode status? So what is happening? Negative of cycle means this is negative, this is positive. So negative is connected to the P region. So what is the meaning of this diode status? Diode status. What is the diode status now? Forward or reverse?
For forward bias.
Forward or reverse? Tell me. Looking negative half cycle. I'm talking about the negative half cycle.
Reverse, sir.
Reverse bias, sir. Sir.
Reverse biased. Why? Because it is minus. It is plus. So minus is connected
Plus.
to the P. P region of the diode. P N junction diode. This is P. This is N. So this slant line. This line is N. This is P. P N. P is connected to N, minus. So what is that? This is open or short?
Open circuit.
It is open
Open
circuit.
circuit,
The
sir.
reverse bias it is
Open
open
circuit.
circuit. Always the diode will be acts like open circuit in the open circuit in reverse bias condition and short circuit in the forward bias condition for an ideal diode. For an ideal diode, this is the case. So it's open circuit means what is the output voltage?
Zero, sir.
Zero.
Zero, sir.
What is the
Zero,
reason?
sir.
Why? What is the reason?
Current.
The circuit is in reverse bias. Then no voltage is flow. No current is flow, sir.
Correct, very good. There is no current because it is open. The circuit is break. The circuit is disconnected. So the circuit is disconnected. Output load is disconnected with the input load, input supply. So what will happen? What is the current it is flowing? Zero current. There is no current will flow. If you break the circuit, what will happen? There is no current flow. Correct or not? So I naught is zero. V naught also zero. So what is the value here? Zero voltage. Here you can see in this portion. So during negative half cycle it is zero. Again for a positive half cycle it is V naught equal to Vn, Vn equal to V naught. So this is a negative half cycle and it is zero. So what is the circuit diagram if you see in this waveform V naught? What is the conclusion you can give? What is the output voltage now? You can say. So output voltage is the voltage it is contained with the only positive half cycles There is no negative of cycle, so it is a negative clipper. Correct or not? It will clips off negative of cycles completely. So unbiased clipper means it will clips off all negative of cycles. So it is a negative clipper, and also it is also a off wave rectifier because only one portion of the output is there, other portion is completely off. So it is a off wave rectifier. You can call as a off wave rectifier also, but here specifically it is called as a negative clipper. Correct or not? Whether able to understood or not, all of you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It is clear, all of you draw in your notes. Very important. They will also directly ask you draw the circuit of unbiased series positive clipper or unbiased series shunt clipper like this. So they will ask. So this is you have to learn. Okay. So again, so we are going for another type of clippers. What are they? Unbiased shunt positive clippers. So positive clipper. So it is a now you can see there the series clippers. Here you can see shunt clippers. So shunt clippers means unbiased shunt positive clipper. So it is also same thing. The output waveform will not change. But what is the output waveform? It is clips of the positive off cycle, correct or not? So in the series positive clipper also it will be change this the waveform will not change. So what is this changing means the circuit diagram will change. So the diode is connected in series with the load. Here the diode is connected in shunt. So parallelly you are connecting. So parallelly you have to connect the this diode, then we can call as a shunt positive clipper. Okay. So unbiased shunt positive clipper because the diode is connected in shunt parallel. Shunt means parallel. So it is here. So you are connecting this like this. So there is a two cases again. So again two cases. What are they? Case one and case two. What are the case one? During
Positive
post
half
off.
cycle of the
So what is the post off cycle if you connect to here? Post off cycle means Vn is positive. So Vn is positive means here positive, this is negative. Correct or not? This is positive, this portion is positive, this is portion is negative. So what is the status of diode now? Tell me anyone.
Forward
forward
bias,
back.
sir.
Very good.
Sir,
It is forward bias. So forward bias, what is the condition for diode? Short circuit or open circuit?
Short
close.
circuit, sir.
Short circuit, sir. Short circuit.
It is short circuited. So short circuited means what is the voltage?
Zero, sir.
Zero. Short
Equals to V,
circuited means
sir.
voltage across the
Zero.
diode. Voltage across the diode is zero. So V naught is zero. So VD is zero. So V naught also zero because what is that? The output voltage you are taken across the diode. So across the diode means what is that? It is connected to parallel. So the short circuit means voltage is zero. So you are connected by you are taking the output voltage in the parallel with the diode. So the output voltage also zero. Correct? Or not? So in the positive portion it is clipped off. If you see this positive portion it is zero. So next is case what is the negative of cycle? It is minus, this is plus. So what is the status now there?
Reverse bias.
Reverse.
Reverse bias.
Reverse
Reverse bias means what? It is open or short?
bias.
Open circuit.
Open
Open
circuit.
circuit means what is the output voltage?
Win.
V in, sir.
V not equal
Win, sir.
V not equal V in because there is no element here. There is no element. Whatever the input you are given, the output is taken across this. So Vn is there, V out also because they are connected parallel. See here. If you are having any diode and it is short circuited, output zero. There is no diode here. You are simply it is there is no element here. So whatever the input you are given, that is taken across this output. So V not equal to Vn. So it is V not equal Vn means Vn is like this. So V not also like this. So it is positive clipper, but it is connected in shunt. So that is the reason it is shunt positive clipper, and there is no output external voltage battery. So it is unbiased shunt positive clipper. So this is the portion. There again unbiased shunt negative clipper. So what is the difference here? If you observe these two circuits, so what is the difference you can identify? What is the difference you can identify in this
Negative,
circuit?
negative half cycle
Negative
is
side
clipped
of
off, sir.
Negative half cycle is clipped off. And what is the direction of diode? It is reversed. Correct or not?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So this is the difference you can observe in the two circuits. So the circuit in the previous case you have a diode direction is downwards. You have the diode direction is upwards. Correct or not? So this is the only major difference between these two circuits. And other difference is it is a negative clipper. So it is a negative portion. It will be clipped off. For who will tell the case one and case two? Tell me anyone. Case one. What will happen? The overall operation.
Sir, in case one, the circuit is reverse biased, sir.
Why it is reverse bias? Tell me step by step.
Sir, the diode is in reverse direction, sir.
So reverse direction means how can you conclude it is in reverse direction? How? What is the
Open.
concept
Sir, the
behind that?
negative terminal of diode is connected to the positive terminal, sir.
Very good. Positive terminal of the input supply. Correct or not? So
Yes, sir.
input signal positive portion is connected to the negative of the or N region of the PN junction diode. So what will happen? So it is in reverse bias. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is happening reverse bias? In reverse bias to the diode will be
Reverse, sir. Open switch, sir.
open.
Open
Very good.
circuit,
Open
sir.
switch. So open circuit off switch. It is like off switch. Off switch means it is open. So open means what is the
Output
output voltage?
equals to input, sir.
Output equal to
Vin, sir.
In, sir.
output equal to input because there is no diode. There is no diode means there is no element. Open. That
Element.
means whatever input you are given that will go to the output side. So V not equal to V. So V not equal to V means you can see the output waveform. So in the next case, case two, what will happen during the post negative upside?
In
So during negative
next case, the diode negative terminal is connected to the negative of the input, sir.
so what will happen? The diode status no
Sir. Closed circuit, sir. Short circuit.
closed circuit, short circuited, closed switch. It is like a on switch. On switch means it is short circuited. So on circuit means on switch means what? Output voltage will be
Zero, sir.
zero. Why it is zero?
There is an element, sir,
Element.
between V in and V out.
There is a element. There is an element
Yes,
and it
sir.
is short circuited. That means the voltage across the diode is zero. So short circuited means voltage is zero. So open circuited means current is zero. Open circuited means current zero. Short circuited means so voltage is zero. So remember this conditions. So voltage is zero means voltage is zero and it is connected to parallel to the output voltage. So parallel means voltage will be taken as same. So zero means zero. Output voltage also zero. So if you see in this waveform, it is clips of the negative portion of the input waveform. Correct or not? Negative complete cycle, negative to complete cycle, it is clipped off. That means it is will be removed. Only positive portion only remained in the output waveform. So this is the negative clipper, and you have connected diode in shunt way. So that is the reason it is a shunt negative clipper and unbiased. Okay. So this is the unbiased clippers. So what are the biased clippers? So tell me.
Applying any input to DC supply or battery voltage.
Okay, so see here in this circuit, so there is some external voltage DC or battery you are connected to the load. Correct or not here? If you observe this VR is the reference voltage. So this is the reference voltage or DC reference voltage. You are externally you are connected. So that is the reason it is a biased clippers. So with the input voltage or input current waveform, input waveform, you also connect a one external battery or reference voltage or DC reference voltage. Then you can call it as a biased. And the diode is connected in series. Correct or not? So, and what is the type of clipper? It is a positive clipper because see here the waveform. If you observe this output waveform, not complete off cycle of positive portion is removed. Only some portion of the positive off cycle is removed, and remaining part is there. Correct or not? If you observe this, in the previous case, completely off cycle is over, clipped off. Here only some portion, this peak value. So above the reference voltage, this VR, above the reference voltage only, this portion only it is clipped off. This portion only it is clipped off. Above the reference voltage only it will be clipped off. Below the reference voltage it is there as it is. So it is a biased series positive clipper because some portions, a small portion is removed above the reference voltage. Okay, so and the reference voltage is positive or negative, whether the reference voltage is positive or negative here. VR, VR is a
Positive.
positive voltage. VR is positive voltage because you are connecting positive half cycle. So this portion is positive. So this is positive y axis. This is negative y axis. So this is connected here. VR is the positive. So VR is positive, and above this portion only it is clipped off. So see here. So in the how to align this circuit is you have to carefully observe this. Then only you will observe understand other circuits of the biased clippers. Okay. So first during post off cycle what will happen? So what is the status of the diode during post off cycle? Forward.
Forward bias.
Tell me, forward or reverse?
Forward bias, sir.
So
Forward.
forward biased or reverse biased?
Forward bias.
Forward ఎట్లయితది చెప్పండి?
Reverse bias.
It is reverse. Is it clear? This is positive. The input cycle is more. This is positive. Positive is connected to negative of the diode. So it is reverse or forward.
Reverse bias.
Reverse bias.
Reverse
Reverse
bias, sir.
bias.
So, but here you can't simply say whether it is forward or reverse. It will be depends upon the reference voltage also. Is it clear? Not in the case of unbiased. Also, same as that of that. It is you have to also consider the reference voltage. Whether reference voltage is more than the Vin or whether reference voltage is lesser than the Vin input voltage. It should be considered. So for example, so if in this Vin voltage, so this portion means what? Vin is less than VR, correct or not? Vin is less than VR, correct or not? This portion. Vn is less than Vr. Here, if you see this portion, what is this portion? So this is the Vr. So below this portion is Vn. So Vn is less than Vr. So Vn is less than Vr means Vn is negative, Vr is positive. Correct or not? So this portion is lesser and this portion is higher. So what is happening? Vn is negative, Vn is lesser. So what will happen to this diode? Is it clear? Is it clear or not? All of you. If you see in this circuit, the input waveform, this is reference voltage. Below the portion you can call as a Vn, correct or not? This is Vn. This sinusoidal cycle is Vn. So below this portion is Vn, and Vn is less than Vr. So Vn is less than Vr means this is Vn. You connect Vn in the N region. Vr is connected to the P region. Correct or not? So this is N region and it is negative. So it is lesser. So this is positive and it is higher. So whether it is which one is forward bias or reverse bias now?
Reverse.
No reverse. It is forward biased. Why?
Forward bias, sir. No.
Negative cycle. Negative is lesser. Positive is higher. So positive higher. Anode is greater than the cathode. Then it is forward bias. If the cathode is lesser than the anode, so it is also forward bias. If the anode is lesser than the cathode, then you can call as a reverse bias. So if the cathode is lesser, anode is higher, the higher potential, then you can call as a forward bias. If the anode is lesser than the cathode, then you can call as a reverse bias. So here, so anode, this is anode. So positive side means anode. So negative side means it is cathode for a diode. So this is A, this is K. So it is anode, this is cathode, and cathode is negative, and anode is positive. So it is. So what will happen? This is forward biased. Forward biased means it is short circuited. Short circuited means what is the output voltage? V not equal to,
V in.
very good, V not equal to V in, because it is short circuited. Whatever your output voltage is equivalent to the input voltage. Okay, so this portion is same as that of your input side. This portion and this portion is same. So now you are going to the this reference voltage and above the reference voltage, this portion. So above the reference means this portion, correct or not? This portion is you can call as a above the reference. So above the reference, what will happen? V in is lesser, correct or not? So reference voltage is lesser, V in is higher. So V in is higher, that means V in is higher. So then the VR is connected to positive side, V in is connected to negative side. So what is that? VN is higher. So cathode is higher, anode is lesser. So then what will happen to this circuit?
Reverse biased, sir.
So reverse bias, this is open circuited. So open circuited means what is the current is flowing in this circuit? It is 0. So what is happening to this voltage? Output voltage. So above the reference voltage, it is 0. Correct or not? So it is clipped off. So this portion is clipped off. The current is 0 in this circuit. So V naught is 0. So this portion is clipped off. Correct or not? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, this is positive half cycle. In the during positive half cycle, you can't take able to consider the whether it is positive or negative, because you also remember the reference voltage is in the positive. So in the positive half cycle, you also consider the reference voltage. So reference voltage condition also you have to take it into consideration in order to analyze the circuit waveform. Okay. So here this is the positive half cycle. In this positive half cycle, only portion which is above the reference voltage is clipped off. Now connected to the negative half cycle. Second case. So second case, it is a negative half cycle. Negative half cycle means what? This is negative, this is positive. Correct or not? This is negative, this is positive, and then this voltage is negative completely. So completely negative means the reference voltage is positive always. So negative always greater than the lesser than the positive voltage. Always. Correct or not? For example, it is minus 2 volts. This is 2 volts. VR is 2 volts and Vin is minus 2 volts. Which one is higher? Plus 2 volts or minus 2 volts?
And
Tool.
Plus 2 volts is higher.
Correct.
So reference always greater than the your input cycle. Input cycle is negative half cycle. So in negative half cycle, if you are always lesser than the your positive half cycle. So it is negative half cycle, it is connected to the negative side of the diode. Positive voltage, which is VR reference voltage, is connected to the positive of the diode. So what will happen to the status of this diode now?
forward bias.
Forward biased, correct or not? So forward biased, it is what is the status now? It is, so it is
Closed short circuit.
it is a short circuited. So what is the output voltage now? V naught is equal to
V in,
V
sir.
V in. V naught equal to Vi. So V
in.
naught equal to V in means, so this is the V in. So what output voltage also? V in. So same as that of your input voltage. Output is same as the input. So same thing, if in the negative off cycle, in the positive off cycle, so this portion is clipped off, positive above the reference voltage, and remaining portion. Okay. So remaining portion means what is the negative half cycle? It is same as that of your input cycle. So increases the bias to series positive clipper. Okay. So this is the your series clipper, positive clipper in the biased mode. So remember this. You have to practice more and more. Then only you can easily understood the circuits. You have to draw a circuit and analyze your own way. Then easily understood what will happen in the circuit. Okay, all of you do the homework like this. So also you done this biased series negative clipper, biased shunt positive clipper, biased shunt negative clipper, like this you have to do in your own way. You can easily understood. Okay, is it clear or not, all of you?
Yes.
In your notes you have to practice, then only it will understood. Okay, whether it is short circuited or open circuited or closed switch or open switch, whether it is output voltage 0 or V not equal V in, that will analyze through some waveforms circuits through own way. You have to analyze it your own way, then only you will understood. Okay, so this is the basic concept. So you utilize this and to other circuits and waveform also. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. uh, this is the biased portion, and do it in your own way. I will also tell in the next class, but you should learn your own, then only you can understood more. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.